and he starts taking B-roll of me and this girl going back and forth having a conversation. The fucking producer puts it in the piece, and this girl that I was talking to sees the piece of me and this girl in a fucking nightclub having a conversation, and it started so much shit you wouldn't believe.
What, did she think you was really talking to her?
I actually really was talking to her.
So you was trying to do some scandalous,
I was trying to do some slick shit, and
and
I
you
got
got
caught
caught.
on camera. I literally got caught on camera. Trying to shoot.
Yo,
Listen. I got the number. I shoot my shot. Listen. I up, but
yeah, but that's kind of
process.
foul. That's kind of foul that you got called out because you was doing some regular everyday dumb shit.
Yeah, but the fucking producer put it on camera, and I screamed on the producer the next day. I literally walked off a shoot because of that. It started so much shit that the one of the executives actually had to sit us down in the room on the next shoot and was like, "Okay, you can't have this ever happen again." Blah blah blah. Because I literally walked off a shoot because she did that.
Really?
We were in the production van. I'm screaming on her. Like, why the fuck did you do that?
Nobody tried to pull you back?
She was sitting in the production van. She's sitting in the front seat, the cameraman's in the driver's seat, in the back seat, and we're having a conversation. And I gave her the silent treatment the whole time, and she said, "Why are you acting like a child?" And I was like, "What?" And I just started screaming on her.
Yo, you seriously, she didn't regulate you?
No, mm-mm.
Really?
She didn't say shit, and she's like, "Well," she said, "Well, if you don't like it, you can leave." I said, "Okay," and I bounced.
So hold on, yo. She was mad at you. She was looking at you like you was crazy
Yeah.
for that.
Yes.
Like you had no need to be mad.
I was in the wrong because she used my footage without permission and put it, and it wasn't like regular B-roll, like it's 2 seconds. They held this shot for for a long time, and me and this girl were like getting cozy. That
So you have nobody to blame but yourself then.
ain't the fucking point.
But it is, you shouldn't have been getting cozy, dude.
Oh, I know. Good Lord, she was.
Yeah, but at the same time, aren't you at work? You're not supposed to shit where you eat.
She started talking to me, and it was Fashion Week. Anybody tries to do something in Fashion Week?
Well, I mean, was she a top model?
Mm-hmm.
Did you hit it?
Mm-hmm.
Well, then I can't blame you, my brother. Press on, press on.
Yeah. She was a top model slash.
I can't blame you then, my brother. I can't blame you. Listen, the year was 1998. So much was going on, so much we didn't want to get into, but we had to get into it because guess what? It was 1998. Ladies and gentlemen, you know who he is, Slick Willie himself. The true first black president of the United States of America.
Yep.
My man was so cool. He went on Arsenio Hall playing. What did he go on Arsenio Hall playing? A saxophone.
I know.
Okay.
That's like if they were to do that nowadays, that would be slightly racist.
Oh, it would it make it on air is the point.
Yeah, if Donald Trump went on went on the Colbert Show, playing the saxophone.
Oh, they would have called it hamming it up for the black folks. They didn't
Oh
call
yeah,
it that back then. Back then it was he's trying to show that he's down to earth and he's an everyday guy.
mm-hmm.
Nowadays it's you really playing up to the black folks like Hillary Clinton when she had that hot
I
sauce.
saw. Yeah, I was just about to say that she had the hot sauce. Everybody like, get the fuck out of here.
They asked her the
Good goddamn
question.
way you don't keep hot sauce in your purse.
They asked her the question, and they was like, "What's the one odd thing that people will be caught off with that you keep on you?" Oh, hot sauce. I read somewhere that it's good for your health, and ever since then, I just had it. It's just what I do every day.
That's
Really?
the crazy thing. Bill Clinton was cool enough to play the saxophone with glasses on. She's trying to give the nutritional value of hot sauce. How corny are you when you're fucking getting just say I like it on chicken, like everybody else.
Which is what you're supposed to do because it's funny. I was watching the movie Ray the other day, And
Yeah.
you remember the Lawrence Tate that played Quincy Jones?
Yeah, Lorenz Tate, yeah.
You remember the scene when he's frying chicken and he's
Yep.
like, "Yeah, that's some good shit." He goes, "Where's the hot sauce?"
Yeah. Yep.
like black people can't have fried chicken without some damn hot
You know
sauce.
what the crazy thing is? They had the movie Cadillac Records,
Yes.
and when Jeffrey Wright was in the movie with what's his name, Adrian Brody,
Yes.
he was frying chicken, and he said he was going to eat it, and he made him put hot sauce on it.
Yo, oh, hold on. And in Get On Up with James Brown, the James Brown
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
The dude went to go eat the fish,
Yeah.
and then he took, if you remember, he took the fish and then he poured some hot sauce. He goes, "You're gonna enjoy it much more better like this." And he poured some hot sauce on it for him. And dude was it was who was it? Dan Aykroyd.
Yeah.
So he goes, "This is the best fish I ever had." He goes, "You'll enjoy it a lot better like this." He just threw some hot sauce on it, yo. If you ever watch that movie, you know what's the slickest part about it? For as dumb as James Brown was, meaning like he only had, I think, like a 7th grade education.
Yeah, he wasn't educated, yeah.
He told the dude that was in the business for 20 years, "Why are we going through these dudes and paying them all the money when we can go through the system and get all the damn money ourselves?"
Yep.
And he had to teach. This is why we need to stop sleeping on people when we say they have no education.
Yeah.
Some people can learn their craft and learn the business around their craft so well that they can find areas that they can say, "You know what? We about to gank these motherfuckers.
Yeah.
We gonna gank these motherfuckers straight up." They basically did they damn thing. You cannot hate on James Brown for that. He basically set that up the best way possible.
He was a hustler.
He
Speaking
was.
about hot sauce, Monica Lewinsky and the
And we got to talk about it. Monica Lewinsky and the blue dress.
blue dress
And listen,
with
you know,
Bill's hot sauce.
you know what I hated about the politics? Everybody tried to make Monica Lewinsky a victim. When you get on your knees and give dome to the president of the United States, you are not a victim. You knew damn well what you were doing. There was no, I'm not sure if I'm giving head. I'm not sure, he manipulated me into doing this. You knew what you were doing. Look at you, your phone ringing. Look at you, your phone's ringing.
I'm trying to shut it off. It ain't shutting off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the empty chair that you see with the weave on it is our host that is not with us this week. So we dedicated the show to her. That show, this is dedicated to specifically her. This is dedicated to Susan Hempstead. We know you're out there. We love you. We miss you. That chair is in your honor, just so you know. Don't be scared. It's just the weave.
Yeah.
So when we talk, okay, what girl do you know keeps a souvenir after a dude nuts all over it?
Any girl who dated any NBA player.
Okay, well, no, they usually poke holes in the condom.
I was watching an old episode of Being Mary Jane, and that was what she did. She froze the guy's condom. She froze the guy's semen and kept it as like a souvenir in the fucking freezer.
Really?
Yeah.
See, that sounds like some bogusness.
But then, girls keep like T-shirts and they keep like sweatshirts and all sorts of things.
Yeah, but why would you keep somebody busted a nut on your? I mean, that's just me. Maybe I don't know about it. I can't imagine a woman specifically keeping something of mine like that. Like, that seems asinine to me.
Okay, but you got to remember, it's not like it's that she kept like a regular person's. It's like when women keep like the hair of a rock star that they got, or like, oh my God, such and such, pissed on this shirt, so I'm going to keep the shirt. Like, I've heard crazy stuff. The woman who does the plaster casters?
Yeah.
She goes around keeping plasters of men's penises, famous rock stars' penises.
So she gets a plaster of the penises and actually keeps
And
a mold.
she went on tour with it. She took it to like a museum.
Do the dudes sign off on it?
She sucks them off first to get their dick hard, and then she does a plaster of their fucking penises.
So the dudes are getting something out of it.
I'm just saying, but to know that you're in a room full of all the dicks you sucked.
Okay, listen. I try not to go there, but let's be honest with you. I mean, the thing that kills me about this whole Monica Lewinsky thing was that was the only thing they could get him on.
Yeah,
They
tried
couldn't.
to get him on a couple other things, but
They tried to get him on Whitewater.
Whitewater.
They tried to get him on tax fraud. They tried to get him on sex abuse. They got him for lying about a blowjob.
Which you're supposed to do if you're a married man.
What man do you know is going to tell the truth? And what made it so ironic was I think 4 of the 5 guys were all cheating on their wives at the time.
Every guy who was part of that committee at this point all have some sexual charges against them.
Really?
Each and every one of them. I read that like 2 months ago. That every person who was part of that committee to try to get him impeached all have a sexual scandal attached to them right now.
Well, Newt Gingrich outright left his wife while she was his wife was basically going through cancer.
Yeah.
And he basically left her out. He just basically said, "Fuck you, I'm out."
Hey, listen, sometimes you gotta leave through cancer.
I mean, I'm just saying, I think when we try to hold moral compass about how a person's supposed to live, how a person is supposed to live their life and treat people, meanwhile, we're basically, let's be honest, we're basically doing the same dirty shit that we tell them we don't want to do.
We just elected a person who's probably going to have more scandals of a sexual or other nature in the next 4 years than probably any other president, especially the one who just left without any scandals.
Well, and that's the thing that everybody, like, a lot of people are like, oh, like, it's funny when you read the internet, all these shit that people say that he actually did while he was there. Somebody said he had a pot party. I'm like, will you people stop reading this BS rag? By the way, keep your head to the other side, man. We got half your face. There you go. We got half your face in it. I know you want to relax, but we had like a quarter of your face in there, yo. But like, I'm really astonished that people really can't give Obama the credit that he deserves. And I see people saying, oh, he divided the country. I'm like, wait, how did he divide the country? You just don't like hearing about racism spoken from the aspect of a person of color that experiences it.
And he rarely in his first term talked about racism. He had to talk about it leading up to him winning the presidency the first time because of that speech he made about his grandmother and all that other stuff. But for the most part, he kind of stayed away from race.
And he needed to. And I think it was a setup. You know, not to talk about that and get away with it, but I think it was a setup. I think people weren't really aware of it. Another thing that happened that a lot of people are not aware of in that year, which is an amazing thing that a lot of people are like, that happened? And I'm like, yeah, it actually happened if you go look it up. Our man, Osama bin Laden, had just published what's called a fatwa declaring jihad against all Jews and crusaders. Now, up until 1998, he was our friend.
Yeah, he was helping us out.
He was helping us out in the Middle East. And this is what a lot of people don't understand. And this is why I said when Donald Trump said we're going to blow all of them away, a good majority of the Muslims in the Middle East are our friends. When we impede on them and tell them how to live their lives, and we're Christians and they're Muslims, that's when they turn on us. That's when they decide that they don't want to be involved and they fight back against us. We were interfering at some point in the area where Osama bin Laden, like, his part of his family is like close to the Bush family.
Yeah, they're Saudi. She's like Saudi royalty.
Yeah, and
And was like matter of fact, George Bush, the day of 9/11, was having a meeting with one of the Bin Ladens.
yes, and it's amazing that people don't understand that. People don't understand that everything that's going on in the Middle East has been going on for a while. We have been basically doing this to ourselves, and they want to. And it's funny that they're blaming all the things in the Middle East on President Obama.
Yeah, I mean, you think about it. During Iran Contra, we sold weapons to both sides.
It,
We sold weapons to Iraq and Iran.
you're selling weapons to both sides, and then you want to be shocked that both sides hate you,
Yeah,
right? Both sides hate you because there's and as well, you're selling weapons to Israel.
we sold weapons to Israel. We sold weapons to Israel to sell to Iran, so that we wouldn't look like we were part of the deal,
And
and that
that's
we
what
could, and
goes,
so we could get the money back to help the Sandinistas
and
in
that's
Nicaragua.
and
Yeah,
that's the problem is that we continuously interfere where we shouldn't, and then people want to act like, oh, well, you shouldn't be upset. It's
but here's the crazy part, and I never understood this because if you did this in someone's neighborhood, the whole neighborhood would flip out on you. Like if you went to someone's neighborhood and said, "All right, we're here now, and we ain't leaving," and you had nothing to do with that neighborhood, and you bogarted your way in, and said, "Yeah, we got an army here, and we're not leaving. We'll be here for a while." That whole neighborhood would flip out on you.
you know what? I agree with you
You know, every place that
100%.
we've actually went to, we haven't left.
Where?
We're still in Korea. We're still in Iraq. We're still in. We have bases in Saudi Arabia. We're still in Vietnam.
It's you know what it is? It's the whole
We're still in
people.
Germany.
You know what's funny? A lot of people are fighting this theory of globalism. They don't realize that America is spearheading globalism
We have an army base, or at least army troops. They might not be
everywhere.
like a war troop, but we have military there.
We
Uh,
we have military bases. You ready? About this number. I want you to think about this number to yourself. You ready? We have military bases in 80 different areas of the country, spread out, 80 to 87. Our next rival, 17. Our next rival is 17 military bases. This is why a lot of people, and listen, you can have your opinion. We got the guest calling line 347-205-9571 if you want to talk about it. Whatever you want to talk about. Call in about 1998. The thing I'm saying to you is so many people want to act like we're innocent and we had nothing to do with what we see going on right now. And it's like we have everything to do with what's going on right now.
oh, you know, the feds are going to be watching this. The NSA is probably watching this right now, coming to your home.
Yo, they can come to my house. Listen,
Huh?
I'm a little man on a totem pole sharing some real talk. That's it. All I'm doing is sharing some real talk. If they want to
In a
come,
minute, you about to hear boo and see some color bars.
oh, they gonna kick my door down like you wouldn't believe, dog. They gonna kick the
Down
fucking
with a
door
SWAT team.
down. Kick in the door, walk in the floor. I'm just saying that's what they gonna do. The next thing that happened, which I know got a lot of motherfuckers excited. And we can't go without talking about this because it is what it is. That year, Viagra was introduced to the world, and men have not stopped fucking since.
That was
Men,
the boner pill. People with bad. It's like everybody. That was like when dudes found out that they can get an erection. Because the whole thing is that most guys, when you first hit it,
yes,
you're gonna bust really fast. It's just like
yes,
you get it, you're excited, you're trying to get it. The foreplay. The reason why guys don't like foreplay because it just makes you want to come faster.
100%, 100%. You want to
They made a
fool around,
pill that you won't go loose noodle on them, and
but it was technically, well, you know how it was discovered.
heart pill.
It was supposed to be heart medication.
Mhm.
And some dude took it, and when he took it, he found out that it didn't treat the heart, but it damn sure gave him a hard on.
Yeah.
And what was it? Like, it was a lasting hard on. Like, even if he nutted, it would still stay hard.
Stay rock, yeah.
So, and then they said it was supposed to wear off in under 4 hours, depending on the man and how it was.
Because if not, you had to go to the doctor because you had priapism and get that needle to take the blood out.
But do you think anyone's really going to go to the doctor? Do you think anyone that has
actually, yes. A lot of people, they have a lot of cases, they have a name for it. That's why I know people went to the doctor. But
like, to me, I would just say, listen, let me get at least another 2 hours out of this, and then I'll go to the doctor.
No, here's the thing about it, though, because it was painful.
Oh, it was a pain. See,
when you have priapism, it's painful. When you touch it, it hurts to the touch.
Now, you know what's funny about that is that they came out with this new KY product that is like Viagra, but you can spray it on your dick. That, to me, is some amazing shit.
That, to me, I told you, they're soon going to have like a aerosol cans of condoms where you just spray the condom on your dick.
Well, I mean, listen, they have the other stuff. What is it called? The one that...
Oh my God! Something spray something.
You know what I'm talking about? It's
that
like
black stuff in the can. Yeah,
you spray it and it's like rubber, like it's permanent.
Magic Seal.
Magic Seal.
Like that.
They're not that far away from it, you know. And I'm pretty sure some guy's probably going to try and Magic Seal his dick one day.
Oh, I think someone did it already.
I guarantee you, some dude's going to be like, "Listen, it's rubber." It's a thin layer. Let me just go ahead and Magic Seal my dick and see what happens.
And here's the crazy part. It's black. You're going to be a white guy with a big ass black Magic Seal.
Hold on. I told you I was going to give you some of that black dick, baby.
Yeah.
I told you I was going to give you some of that black dick.
Here's the crazy part about Magic Seal. Like, if you keep layering it, it gets bigger. So if you just keep layering your dick with Magic Seal, that should be like 3 feet long.
Yo.
And thick. That should be like a goddamn arrow. You got a big ass black Magic Seal gyro dick.
Your woman can never complain about your skills in betting game.
You imagine fucking your girl with a dick about the size of motherfucking deli salami. You're going to gut that bitch to death. You think she would even let you do that shit? That shit's like a pap smear. Like a bitch with a big ass salami. Deli bologna.
You know what? I think I'm funny, but there's no way in the world I'm as funny as you are, dude. Because you be reaching with some of your shit, yo. You
I'm just saying, Magic Sealing it. All of a sudden, that shit was like that. That shit was like an end of ball bat. A big ass black wiffle ball bat dick. And your girl will let you fuck her with that shit.
Yo, listen. If she's using, you know what? I guarantee you, in a few years, you know that show on TLC.
And your girl will let you fuck her with that shit.
The show. Listen. If she's using, there we go. Sorry, something was going loud. You remember the show? Sex Sent Me to the ER.
Yep.
I guarantee you, in a few years, somebody's going to say, well, we were horny and,
we didn't have condoms.
We didn't have condoms, so we used Magic Seal because we figured it'll just, give us a one layer of a dick.
Here's the crazy thing. I know it's going to happen because someone decided that it was okay to stick a gerbil up their ass. What's that singer's name who did that?
Oh, it wasn't a singer. It was
an actor.
It was Richard Gere, supposedly.
Yeah, allegedly. They knocked out the teeth of a gerbil and stuck it up his ass. So if you're going to stick a live animal up your ass, you're going to fuck someone with Magic Seal. It's like 2 steps away in the 6 degrees of separation of things to do.
Dude, you are killing me with this shit, yo. You are absolutely killing me. Moving on from that. Yo, that shit is hilarious.
I'm telling you, that shit's gonna be like that big.
Yo, we'll be back in a moment, yo. You are funny as fuck, yo. And we're back. We're back. Oh my God, Abdul, you keep me yo, I'm not as funny as you are, yo. I'm a different type of funny. I'm like situational. I can't compete with your level of funniness because you just come up with shit straight off the top of your head.
That shit just makes me laugh. Just thinking about it, I'm laughing thinking about it now.
That's why I'm laughing with you, man, because you are hilarious.
Your dick's gonna look like Daffy Duck with the beak shot off.
Yo, I don't understand why you don't do stand-up because you are fucking classically hilarious, man. We can't make up how funny you are. Listen, that year, 1998, also gave us some great TV. Gave us some extremely good TV. Bob Saget and America's Funniest Home Videos was one of the most popular TV shows of that time. Now, for some of you that don't know what the hell America's Funniest Home Videos was, it was a show about people who had funny things that they filmed basically with their camcorders. And this is when camcorders started becoming a lot more flexible and easier to hold in your arm.
It was like Tosh 2.0 before there was Tosh 2.0.
100%. There was nothing. It was just a complete. It was great.
Matter of fact, it was if you ever seen the show on MTV called Ridiculousness or Ridiculous or whatever it's called.
Yes.
It's the same.
Yes, 100%. It was it was a decent show. It's you know, right? Because Alfonso Ribeiro, the tap dance kid, is the host of the show. So you're 100% correct.
Mm-hmm. Still on.
He is still on air. He is the host of the show. And when I say he hosts the show, I don't consider him funny. Do you think that they write his jokes?
I think they have to. They got a writer's room where they're just giving him lines, and I guess he chooses the lines he's going to pick, or the producer does.
Because you can't tell me he's funny. I can't. He just doesn't appear to me to be a funny guy.
I've never thought he was funny in anything he's done. Even he's always been the straight man. In Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, he was a straight man. In Ricky Schroeder, he was a straight man. I don't know. A lot of people probably won't remember Ricky Schroeder, but that was a good ass show.
Yo, Silver Spoons was the shit.
Silver Spoons, that was the name of the show. Silver Spoons, yeah.
Yeah, I would play the song, but I'll probably get in trouble for playing a song on this motherfucker.
Best part about Silver Spoons is that goddamn train.
Yo, around the house?
Train in the house, that big ass train that he would come into in the house. Anyway, but he was also in the house with LL Cool J, played the straight man.
Yo, so I got something for you. A couple of silver spoons, rolling a fine, we're two of a kind, making it wrong together. We're gonna find our way.
Now see if you can find what was that? The best theme song that's probably ever. What was it called? The Great American Superhero.
Are you serious?
That's probably the best theme song ever.
Are you serious?
Probably one of the top, if not the best, one of the top 5.
Well, what made that song great, which a lot of people don't give it credit for, it was an actual hit upon itself.
Yeah. That's
what made the song so great. And I think the song might have actually outlived the actual show. Like,
I remember the superhero outfit the guy wore was red. I remember the guy had a big ass curly afro, but I don't know the actor's name.
What, dude? Yo, tell me I don't know my shit. What? Okay.
Probably one of these.
Looking what happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm up on top of the world. I should have been somebody else.
I like how you helped.
Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Yo, that was the shit. I love that song. Yo, they're gonna shut me down for playing that. They're
Yeah,
gonna shut me down.
that goes up there with Fresh Prince of Bel Air's theme song, which is another memorable. Probably made probably made sales in terms of like people bought the album.
That was a hot song. Listen, the show was actually pretty decent. The show wasn't that bad. It was about a dorky asshole who got this space alien thing he could fly and have superpowers, but he lost the book.
Yeah.
And a secret agent, knew that he had the suit, but he didn't know how to use it because he lost the manual. So it's this dork trying to figure out how this works.
Yeah.
That was man. See, me and you, we here right now. We here on that, yo.
Okay, not to keep going. Did you remember another memorable song? What was the girl? Her name was Evie. Her father was from another planet, and he gave her powers where if she touched her fingers together, she could freeze time.
Nah.
And the mother from Staying Alive was in it.
Nah, man. But,
but
you gotta, you know what? No offense, and when I say this to you, you'll get it. We had a lot of creative shows because everything was imagination back then. You remember Small Wonder?
Small Wonder, yeah.
Small Wonder was the shit because it was about a man that built a robot and taught the robot how to live like a regular human being.
And you know the crazy thing is right now, if they did that show right now, someone would fuck the robot.
Yo, I was reading an article the other day. They said that they have robots out there. It's gonna like $15,000 that have like flesh-like sexual parts. So if a fool wanted to buy it, they could actually fuck it. And it's a robot. And it's a robot.
A couple years ago, about a guy who dates his computer. I think it's called Her. Isn't it called something like that?
Her?
Yeah, I think it's called Her.
Yo, I have no clue what you're talking about.
Oh my God, what's the guy's name with the cut on his lip? That was it's a Spike Jonze movie, I believe. It's Joaquin Phoenix.
I know what you're talking about. Yes, I know what you're talking about.
And they got nominated for like a bunch of awards.
But I know what you're talking about. I remember it. Yes, and he did date that motherfucker. He
dated the fucking computer.
He was trying to get his freak
Matter of fact, there's a TV show on now called Westworld on HBO.
Is there?
And it's about guys who they go into some alternate like computer world or whatever.
By the way, for those of you tuning in who are saying, I thought this was about 1998, the idea is about how a lot of the old pop culture can bring you into the pop culture today. It's still all relevant, like how, it really doesn't change a lot. It brings you up and it takes you around and it takes you further back and brings you forward. If we talk about stuff from 1965, you're still going to be like, yo, there was a lot of shit from that year. You're still going to know it. Why? Because that's what it is. That's part of the whole part of, being part of this crazy world that we call what? Call it the Idiot's Guide to Pop Culture, man. And we're not even a quarter of the way through. Another one of these shows we got to talk about, your man, is Friends. Can I ask you, did you like Friends as a show? Did you like it?
No. Now, when I watch it, I think it's funny because I get the humor. But a lot of times, so in the era that we grew up in, right? There was a lot of, thinking about it now, there was a lot of black shows on that I could watch.
Yes.
Whether it be Cosby, there's a lot of black, even dumb shit like Homeboys in Outer Space. There's like a lot of black shows on.
Yo, but you know what? Homeboys in Outer Space was a bad reach for black people. To me, it was a bad reach. It wasn't a genuine reach. It was a bad reach. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And that was you who produced that one movie? The TV show, I mean to say. That was Roseanne Barr produced that one.
Yes. Homeboys in Outer Space?
Homeboys in Outer Space, yeah.
But she was at least trying to give black, like, at that time, if you were smart, you were trying to give black, You were actually trying to give black actors a shot at it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, listen, it's a community. They want to make their money. They want to get there, and we're missing out on this dollar. Because you got to think, Girlfriends was produced by Kelsey Grammer.
Kelsey Grammer, yeah.
Right? So, I mean...
And the spinoff.
And the spinoff. Kelsey Grammer invested in it.
Remember the game? The game was also the Grammer as well.
100%, man. 100%. We're kicking facts here, yo. Do you think they can deal with the facts?
Probably not.
You think they think we crazy for talking the truth?
The Fed to come at some point.
Okay. My biggest issue with Friends was that they were in New York City. Mm-hmm. If you know your man, Mr. Direct, you know where I'm going to go with this. Please understand, it's not personal. This is not about politics. This is just a reality. Friends was supposed to be based off a group of guys, a group of kids that decided to get together. They were all friends one way or another, and they lived in New York City. I want to know where the fuck you think you can go in New York City and you don't see black, Puerto Rican, Asian.
I can tell you right now. Bensonhurst.
Benson. Okay, well, the show wasn't in Bensonhurst. That's what made it ridiculous.
It was Manhattan, yeah.
So, you know what I mean? Like, the show wasn't there. The show was in Manhattan, and that's my point. They would do scenes literally, like, anywhere I've gone in New York City, black people. Anywhere. I don't get it. Is it me?
Maybe not any, but mostly Upper West Side.
But they weren't on the Upper West Side.
They weren't, no.
They were kind of...
They didn't have a lot of money neither. That's the other part. You're living in a neighborhood with not a lot of money.
And this is the part that kills me. They were using it almost as a factual status when they were doing it, right?
Yeah.
The factual status of it was that they, if I'm correct, and pardon me, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. The factual part of it was that it was rent controlled. The grandmother lived in a rent controlled building.
Yeah.
Because she lived in a rent controlled building, they were only paying like $300 a month, $300 or $400 a month.
Yeah.
So can we say honestly that it was really, can we say honestly they really didn't want to go towards the truth, or they were just living in some sort of a fit? Because even Seinfeld at the time, same thing.
Yeah.
They had satire like black people, but they didn't have real black people.
Yeah, no, they had like the lawyer was black, the Johnny Cochran lawyer.
But that was my thing. You had the black lawyer, but you didn't have the true lawyer.
Yeah.
So, I mean, was it me? Did I make it up? Was it wrong? Am I wrong to think of it like that?
And the crazy part is Jerry Seinfeld himself hangs out with Chris Rock. like one of his closest friends.
They're like best buds.
Yeah.
All they do is hang out with each other. Now, don't get me wrong. I get it. People are like, yo, it's a TV show. You're too far into it. I get that it's a TV show. I'm not ignorant. I'm not making it up. But when you're selling a show to me and you're trying to say, hey, it's satire, but, less related to the way that we think about the world around us, shouldn't it have some believable facts to it to make it more unsatire? It's still satire-ish because, listen, some of the storylines are just what they are. They're storylines. But if you want to make it seem like it's in New York City, if you, seriously, that'd be like if they had put those motherfuckers in the hood and you saw, they've got an apartment in Harlem, and you saw no people of color anywhere.
My only problem with the show, when it comes to that aspect of it, was the fact that when that show came out, and no one had a problem with the fact there was no white people in it, but when a movie like Boomerang came out, the critics panned it because they said, oh, The Office had no white people in it, it's not believable. So it's, on one hand, he criticized it, and on the other hand, it's like, oh, it's one of the greatest TV shows that ever. It's considered one of the greatest TV shows of all time.
Those dudes, do you know how much those people get paid right now for it because of residuals?
At the end of their last season, they were getting each person was getting $1 million an episode, or some crazy number like that.
Yes. Do you know? But I'm saying, do you know how much they are getting in residuals every year?
Oh, got to be a ton.
Jennifer Aniston last year got a $20 million check from them
For
for Friends, because every time they re-up the to air it in the commercials and all that,
yeah,
they get a piece of the pie.
yeah, and it's syndicated everywhere.
Everywhere.
And in Europe and
There's not a place in the world you can't go and you can't see that show.
no.
So, in my mind, I'm sitting here thinking, and I honestly believe that the money that they got from that, they could at least put in. They didn't have to put in a black character. They could have put in a black homeless person, and I would have been okay.
I heard a story about Dave Chappelle. I heard Dave Chappelle tell a story himself about when he was doing a pilot for a TV show. The cast was mostly black, and they wouldn't go forward with the show because they wanted to replace the black girl on the show with the white girl because they said she had universal appeal, and so they never aired the show never got picked up or it got picked up, but it never got aired because there were no white people in it.
Hollywood,
and he spazzed out on him about.
Well, let's be honest. I always say let's be honest. When Dave Chappelle left, you remember when he left and everyone thought he cracked? It was because he said he was on Oprah and he said he literally did not know. Hold on one second. I'm sorry. He did not know if they were cracking, if they were laughing at him or with him.
Yeah, I remember him saying that.
And when you don't know if a person is laughing with you or
at you,
mm-hmm. That's as an artist, that's got to be the hardest crap in the world to deal with.
Yeah, because you're like, they're making fun of you. Are you the butt of the jokes? Are you a jester? Or you're different between a comedian and a jester. Like one of them, people are laughing at your antics like a clown.
Yes.
The other one, people are laughing at the things that you're saying, so you're in it. You're part of the joke.
100%. And I'm wondering, as much as we try to say, like people try to say, we think about race too much. We think about race too much. But why can't people understand that, unfortunately, as black people, race is part of who we are culturally?
It's how you're described.
You know what I mean? It's you're not described, like they're never going to say Mark. Well, they can because they know my name is Markland. But if they didn't know, they would still say, the black guy. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? But
mind you, okay, so I was referred to as the black guy today, and I did something positive. So I was at the gym. One of my another gym stories. A guy left his wallet and his keys, and I took it to the front desk. And his phone, wallet, keys, and phone, and I took it to the front desk. And he had money in it. He had his credit card in it. He had all his stuff in it, and I gave it to the front desk for them to whatever. And the guy came. It was an older gentleman. The guy had to be like 70, maybe older than that, to get his stuff back. And when they referred, because I go to a mostly white gym, and when they referred to who brought it back, it was the black guy. It wasn't the guy with the blue shirt that had the Smurfs on it.
Are you kidding me?
It was the black guy.
Wow. I guess, you know what? You just can't. People want to say that you got to get away with it. We think about it too much. I don't think we think about it too much. I think it's just part of our culture, and a lot of people don't get that. Sadly it is, and that was my issue with Friends. Another show on there, and that's what I love about this. We talk about a lot of people don't realize it, dude, but we talk about a lot of shit. We talk, our conversations are not just, satirical and funny. We talk about a lot of stuff on this show.
The crazy thing about going back to Seinfeld, I know we're going to move forward, but if I refer to the show as The Jew, the show about the Jew, I'd be considered so anti-Semitic and be on, every website being the anti-Semitic based guy.
Yeah, but dude, you kind of are anti-Semitic, just so you know.
Nice. Love the Jews.
Hey. Let's not say that.
I do. I have a lot of my friends are Jewish.
Listen,
I work in TV industry. You know, they're the fucking anyway. So
if you work in New York, you do work with a lot of Jews. So
a lot
I
of
mean,
them, a lot of
and
my friends are Jewish.
it's not a bad thing. I'm not saying it as a bad thing. I'm not saying it like, oh, F them. But you do work around them a lot. They are
I do.
they're part of the industry.
Big part.
They're a big part of the industry, and that's not good. That's not bad. That's just a fact of life. They are part of that industry. And working in that industry, you work with everyone, and you find out real quick there's no such thing as political correctness in that industry.
Oh no, they'll say that's the one thing I like about that industry is some of my friends who I work with or am still friends with, the people I started out with, they say the craziest shit to me.
Yo,
It's all jokes, and it's no one takes it personal. But they say some of the craziest shit to me.
they say shit that you would turn around and be like, did you really just say that shit to me?
Here's okay. I tell you a joke right now that I learned from being with a production crew. They said, here's a joke. They told me, they said, why do all black men wear baseball caps?
Why?
Because it keeps the birds from shitting on their lips.
Wow.
I learned that in the production, and we were all going back and forth telling the craziest racist jokes ever. Like, it wasn't just one. I said my piece about stuff. They said, but everybody had a racist joke, and no one got offended, and everybody laughed.
Because
I know it's not like
it's funny
like,
shit.
It's not like a kumbaya moment, but it's
It is what it is. Listen, moving away from Friends, we got to talk about Judge Judy.
I hated Judge Judy.
Which she was right after Judge Wapner. Remember, Judge Wapner was the People's Court. He was like the first judge show.
Speaking about Judge Judy, her husband, his name was Jerry. He actually became the host of the People's Court.
Did he?
Yeah, from like 99 to 2000 or 2001.
I don't remember him. I remember there was a Latin woman on there for a while, and she was banging, and she was a smart ass too. Man, Lord.
I remember, but why do you got to be a dick and be a judge? Like, why can't you be fair? Like, why can't you be the fair judge?
Let's give it up for Judge Judy. Judge Judy would hand people their asses. She did not care. She would hand people their asses.
No, but she would be like, I understand if you work your way up to being a dick. She come out the door being a dick.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, tell people to shut up and like, how is this justice? Part of the justice game is shut up.
Yo, that shit is hilarious.
You know, and the bailiff was the black guy who was always like the muscle. I just hated it. Fuck, I hated everything about that show.
But she used the black guy to co-sign her anger.
And he was the goon who would muscle whoever didn't do what she said.
Didn't I tell you to shut up?
Yeah. Or bailiff nigga over here is gonna escort you out of the room or whatever she was saying. Like, come on, man. I hated. She was the godmother. Remember, you ever see that movie, that documentary, Cocaine Cowboys?
Yeah.
And the godmother had a bunch of muscle behind her, so that's the reason why she could do what she did. She was the godmother of like court TV. She would just say crazy shit and had the muscle behind her who would do it, you know. She would literally tell people you shut up. Like, how the fuck do you do that in the court of law?
But I think that was glamorized for TV.
It was, but they did say if you listen to the beginning of it, these cases are real cases.
Oh yeah.
They were given permission by whatever to adjudicate it, whatever.
100%. You know what? I hate to do it to us, but we actually just hit an hour, dude.
All right, we gotta go.
Listen, we had so much to talk about, but I think we still gave them a lot of pop culture. What's your opinion?
Probably not.
You don't think we did?
We gave them a lot of shit talking spring for pop culture.
Listen, you gave them some serious jokes. I just gave them some ideas of things we were talking about. Either way, we did our best to give them what we call is back in the day, 1998 real talk. You guys know where it is. It's your man, Mr. Direct, on Facebook.com/Mr. Direct. It's my man, Abdul Majid. Hopefully next week when we go live, we'll have Susan Hampstead with us. Yeah, see, I even forgot to take out special guest Abdul Majid, and I left the and there just in case. And chair with a weave on it.
Yeah. Susan Weavstead.
Yo, man, you were relentless on that. It's your man, Mr. Direct. It's Abdul. Until the next time we see you, people. Listen, later.